Today's video is going to be about the Schrade SCHA7GR M.A.G.I.C knife. My name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me. As I said, today's video is going to be about the Schrade SCHA7GR M.A.G.I.C knife. And like the other Schrade M.A.G.I.C knives, this thing really blurs the line between an automatic and an assisted opening knife. So we're going to talk about why that is so in just a minute. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the close-ups, talk about the specs of this thing, and show you how pretty it is. Once again, this is the Schrade SCHA7GR M.A.G.I.C liner lock folding knife. This knife features a black AUS-8 high carbon stainless steel clip point blade with ambidextrous thumb knobs. It has a coarse green powder coated aluminum handle with a safety lock and a lanyard hole. Again, this is a liner lock knife. Features a tip down non-reversible pocket clip. This knife has a blade length of 3.3 inches, which is 8.4 centimeters, handle length of 4.3 inches, which is 10.9 centimeters, and a fully open length of 7.6 inches, which is 19.3 centimeters. Weighs 5 ounces or 140 grams, and the street price on the SCHA7GR is around 40 bucks. All right, well, that was some of the details and the specs on the SCHA7GR M.A.G.I.C folding knife from Schrade. And I have to say, first of all, I know this is a very loud green color. This knife is also available in black. I picked the green because I thought it looked cool on camera, to be honest with you. And I asked Schrade to send me this. They were kind enough to do so because I like the looks of it. It seemed like a pretty hefty, solid knife. And as a matter of fact, it is. It's got those kind of modernish looking handles that Schrade likes to do. That they kind of look angular, but really and truly, it's pretty comfortable. It's got a little bit of jimping on the liner lock, and a little bit more on the back here, which I don't really know that. Maybe if you're holding this thing backwards like this in a reverse grip, it does give you a little bit of purchase on your thumb. I don't do that very much, so I don't know. This is a non-serrated version, of course. Got a nice sweep on the blade here, nice sweep on the belly of the blade. Really good point on it. And just kind of wanted to demonstrate this, why I say this thing blurs the line between an automatic and an assisted opening. A lot of assisted openings have actually a flipper, which is part of the blade, and when you push it, the whole thing goes. Let me see if I can get a little closer here for you. So the way Schrade's M.A.G.I.C works, it's got a little mechanism in there. And this is actually more of a button, so that if you've got the safety off, which this thing does have a safety, so if you push the safety up, and then it won't fire, it won't do anything. If you have red showing in the safety, just like in a firearm, then when you push this little button here, if I can get to where you can see it, you just kind of push it just a little bit. The button stays there, but the blade opens. It's got a pretty good, and then it's a liner lock, so do it again. Okay, I'm not a legal expert. I can't tell you the difference legally between an automatic and an assisted opening knife. All I can tell you is, wow, it's fun. I can tell you that, but it actually does a pretty good job. So it's nice and shiny new, but one thing that I have to say, one negative on this one for me, is it's a tip down carry and it's not reversible. So I'm right-handed, doesn't really matter if you're lefty. I know sometimes that's a deal breaker, I know. I prefer tip up carry. But that's not a deal breaker for me. This knife is so slick and so cool. I prefer, again, a tip up carry, but it's not a huge deal, not a deal breaker anyway. So what I thought we'd do is just go ahead and do some knife stuff. Okay, so this is not a fixed blade knife, so we're not going to baton with it. I just don't do that. It doesn't make sense to do that to me. That's asking to tear up your knife. But it is a knife, and it is sharp, man. I'm telling you, it's sharp. Let me go ahead and bare the old arm here. My kids think it's funny that I've got bare spots on my arm, but you can see a little better there. So let's go ahead and I don't know, hopefully you can see that. I mean, it's just completely stinking sharp, man. Really rare to me that you get a brand new knife out of the box that's that sharp. And Schrade has been doing a great job of doing just that. So obviously you can see that it's sharp. Well, let's just see how well it does on some wood stuff. So I've got a piece of poplar here. This is definitely poplar. And we're just going to do some carving here. Let you see. And it's my experience that actually poplar does not make the best feather sticks. But we're going to try maybe carve a few feathers on this one and see what we can come up with. Get some of this bark out of the way first. Let's just have a look at that. There's some pretty cool curls there. So I always like to see how well anything strikes a ferro rod. So if this thing will strike a ferro rod, we'll give it a shot. I'm not sure if it will or not. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut those curls right there off. And well, I made a big mess out of them, didn't I? Kind of wasted them, but give us a chance just to see how well this thing does some really hard cutting. And if it's got any hot spots on the handle, or if it hurts, your hand or whatever. And this thing I'll tell you is you got that little, if you choke up on it too much, that kind of gets in the web of your hand a little bit. As long as you hold it back here pretty good. And like most pocket knives with a clip, that thing just gets on my nerves when I'm trying to do some carving. But that's pretty much standard to any pocket knife with a clip. See if I can scrape some bark off of here maybe. Because cedar bark, poplar bark usually does pretty good if you scrape it. So anyway, we've got a couple of little stuff here. I don't know if we'll get a fire out of this because I am getting pretty lazy here. But we'll see if we can get some sparks off of it. First of all, it's going to be the key thing. If you don't get sparks, we're certainly not going to get a fire. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so it'll make a few sparks. There we go. Honestly not the greatest in the world, but what I found is it's getting pretty sharp now. As I kind of get that little coating off, it seems to do better. I like to do the lever handle here, kind of lever. You really got to have a good edge to do that, and this doesn't really have a super sharp spine. And it's not a bushcraft knife, so in all fairness. Okay, so let's be fair about this. I've got a piece of fat wood here on the handle of my ferro rod. All right, so let's see if we can get a little spark going on that. Not doing too good with my fire starting on this knife. Again, it's not a bushcraft knife. It's a more of an everyday carry type knife, but it's sharp as a razor and really cool. So, and it will make a spark if you need to. It's just not as it's not as good as a really hard 90-degree spine, which this doesn't have. Okay, so as far as knife stuff goes, carving, jam up, jelly tight, really good. It's sharp as a razor, actually. In fact, literally. But the as far as bushcraft type task, feather sticking, carving, all that did a really good job. Does not have a hard 90-degree spine. Even when I could get some sparks from it, it was really difficult to direct them where you want to go, and it took so much effort to get the sparks off. It's just hard to control it. So not going to be very good in the ferro rod department. Carving though, excellent. It's going to have some hot spots because of this clip. I guess you could take the clip off, but again, that's not the purpose for this knife. It's not what it's designed for. It's more of an everyday carry knife, just easy to use. I like the fact that if you need to open, you got your hands full of something, you need to open something or whatever, it opens up very easily one hand. And that to me is one of the advantages of these assisted opening knives. So really and truly, I think we've done just about everything there is to do to check out this knife. And so I guess we'll wrap this thing up. Huh? What do you mean? Okay, well that was the little quick initial review of the Schrade SCHA7GR Magic Assist folding knife. And again, you know, it's not a bushcraft knife. It's a kind of everyday carry folding knife, but it has the advantage of being very cool. And it works, it's really slick. My experience with these Magic Assist stuff that Schrade's putting out is just this, they're really slick. Again, I've said it over and over, but they do kind of muddy the waters between a automatic knife and a assisted knife. And I kind of like that. If you're looking for a really cool EDC knife that, you know, is pretty lightweight and extremely handy, very, very, very sharp out of the box. You saw that. This might be a good one for you. Hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking the thumbs up down below. Let Google know you like this kind of video. Share it with your friends, please. If you want to support the channel, just check out the Amazon links below. I really appreciate it. Don't forget the website at survivalonpurpose.com and social media. By the way, my Twitter account is not Survival on Purpose because that was too many letters. It is Survival Scouter. So if you want to check that out, that's cool. Facebook, Survival on Purpose. I think that's it. I really appreciate you listening to my rambling, and I really appreciate all your support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.